Hello and welcome. Today we're gonna be making a floral arrangement using succulent plants and also planting scented geranium cuttings that I got from my mother-in-law. So we get to see different materials that we're gonna use, and also I will share with you how I choose and why I choose the plants to combine together, what kind of plants can be combined together to create a nice arrangement. And by the way, if you notice, I actually have a geranium leaf in my ear because I'm feeling a little cold and my ear was hurting at night. So you can use those leaves apparently. This is the first time I'm doing it, but I've heard from many people, Polish people, that this is a very good antidote for colds, earaches, sore throats, and stuff like that. So you just take a leaf and you can crumble it and then place it in your ear. And so far, it feels really nice. I just put it in maybe 10 minutes ago, but I don't know if it works yet. I'll let you know later. So here's the look of my setup. And what I have here is, I'm going to be actually using this pot. This is a pot I made on pottery wheel in two parts. I threw the base in like a cylinder, and then I threw a ball and I combined them together. And it does not have drainage. Normally you could also, like if you want it to be outdoor, indoor, you can put drainage, but this one doesn't have any drainage because I wanted it to be an indoor planter. Specifically, I wanted it to fit on the windowsill. So I made like a smaller base. And if you lay it down, you can see it's slightly tilted. And that happens often in the kiln. The pots get tilted because of the temperature and the heaviness. So that one I kept for myself, but I've made several of them and sold them, and I really want to make more of them when I get on the potter's wheel soon. But for today, I just wanted to show you what I'm gonna plant in this. And this has been planted with multiple succulents, and it was at my husband's work for a year. And it got infected with scale and just like overgrown and looking really, really nasty. So he brought it back home for me to save the plants. And the only plants that I could really save was this aloe. I washed it and trimmed it. It was very much overgrown, and then treated it for scale. It does not have any visible scale at the moment, but I will obviously monitor that and keep it away from my general collection of succulents. And also those two rosettes that I've already trimmed so that they can be a little bit more manageable. And they have been curing for a few days, so they have scupped over on the bottom and they are safe to plant now. I might also try to take cuttings from this plant. This is Crassula ovata that I got from Connor, one of the cuttings of the cutting. And now it's going to be taken a cutting again because they just got way too long and there is no leaves on the stems. So I will actually have to trim them all the way down. And I thought maybe I will use these in the composition to create little bushes and see, how that will go. I also have here my double golem plant that is very much crowded and overgrown. It grew all summer, and I could take some cuttings from that too. They do need to be trimmed. I'm not ready to trim a whole tree today and design it and style it, but I can take small sections and use that. I think it would look really cute if I had a path in the pot and maybe like little bushes on the sides. I brought some rocks, and I really like this rock. I forgot I had it and I found it back because it can have things laying on top. Like if you have a little figurine, you can place it. You could have, and I actually, in this composition, I had this little guy sitting on the rock and meditating, and he got pushed over because the plants just overgrew him. But perhaps we can bring him back. I'm not sure yet. I also really like this rock, and I thought that would be cool to have perhaps aloe and the rock and path leading to it. So we'll have a little bit of fun and see what we'll make. And this is just a collection of small white rocks that I'll be using to maybe make a path. This is the beginning of the composition, and I feel like I want to have the aloe on that higher part of the pot so it doesn't so like it doesn't obstruct the view. So I think we're just gonna place the aloe. I'm gonna place it straight up because they do lean anyways eventually, and this should be good because it calloused over, and they are really resilient. Like I have repotted many of them, and either in the soil, like with roots or no roots, they always grow really, really nicely. Okay. And now my biggest element would be another rock. And the reason why I thought of this rock is because the pot has warm hues. It has this beautiful mustard color and a little bit of lavender color. So my rock, my flat rock, is also warm, and I feel like it's just a little bit too mellow. But when I put something like this, it could be more drastic looking. But I don't know, this rock might be too big for this composition. Well, let's see how it could. Or maybe on this side. No, that won't fit here. It would have to be on this side. Okay, I mean, it could work. I also have the rosettes, so where would the rosettes go? Really nice on the side here. And then I could make a little path and put maybe 1 or 2 bushes. Let's see. So this is what I have so far, and I think this looks really cute. I like it. It's a nice balance to have rosettes together on the side against the really bright aloe, and then I felt like it would be nice to have the pop of green against the gray rock. And I feel like he could be sitting here right now. Perhaps this is like a nice recluse by the rock. When you have, a lot of both words, you have the really calming and grounding, stable energy of the rock to meditate with, but you also have really vibrant and beautiful and energizing energy of the aloe. So I would pick that as a spot for sure. And sitting with my back to the rock, I think is really relaxing. So I'm happy with this composition. Originally, I was thinking I'm going to add more rosettes from the plant that I have, which I'll show you. This is one of my favorite Incaviria succulents, and I've had it for at least 10 years. And it's just a piece of art in itself. I love how long stems are growing those kind of pom-pom heads and just going in all sorts of different directions. I do need to repot it soon and tackle it, but I don't think there is room in the pot. I could take maybe like this tiny little tight one, but I also don't want to overdo it. Personally, I feel like when it comes to compositions like this, less is more, and there is already 1, 2, 3, 4 plants in here, so that will get big, that will get busy. But for now, it's looking really nice and calming, and I feel like it would be a perfect pot to have on your desk or in your kitchen close to the window, and something to look at to calm the mind. to feel relaxed, and kind of you can journey and travel into the miniature world and imagine yourself walking the path, sitting by the rock, enjoying the beautiful energies of those plants. So that's why I love those compositions and those pots, and I do want to make more of them and share them with people. But today I only have one. I feel like if I had more pots, I would do more compositions, but that's what I have. And just like I promised, I'm gonna quickly explain why I chose those plants. So when you are making an arrangement like this, it's really important to keep in mind the needs and the characteristics of the plants that you're choosing. They have to have the same needs for watering and the same needs for light. Because if we combine something that is not compatible with each other, somebody is going to not be happy. So, for example, I had maybe this Transcentia because it has a beautiful color, but the Transcentia does not like dry soil, and it does not like super bright light on, like, falling on it. It likes lots of light but more indirect. And those succulents that I picked, the aloe, the Gollum jade, and the Encheverias, two types of Encheverias, they all love direct sun just beaming on them. So they have to be close to a window, best southeast or southwest window, where they will get a lot of sun falling on them directly. Otherwise, they're not the happiest plants in my experience. I know aloe can tolerate different, like maybe a little bit less light, different conditions, but the Gollums and the Encheverias do best in full light, full sun. And also that makes them like similar watering conditions. They are okay to dry out and then be watered. They actually enjoy that. They don't like to be sitting in wet soil for too long. So in that way, I know that all the plants in this arrangement will be happy, and they will grow well together, and it will create like a miniature ecosystem where everybody's needs are met, and I can care for them in a similar manner. So having said that, I've decided to actually place them by my desk, and I'll show you where they are. This is a southwest window, and it gets lots of sun, and also there is a vent right there where the air comes through. So it's quite warm. I can feel the air here, and this plant will not mind it. They actually will enjoy it. And as I'm working at my desk, I get to actually see and look at them and remind myself to take a break and just relax looking at this beautiful scenery. So now that my floral arrangement is finished, I want to plant those geranium cuttings that I got from my mother-in-law. She has an incredible, huge geranium plant. It's a scented geranium. It smells incredible, and like I mentioned, has some nice medical benefits. You can also put the leaves in the tea, and they add great taste to it. I haven't tried it yet, but my friend told me about it. She uses it a lot. What I have here is one woody cutting, and I tried to find some information whether they would root from the wooden stem or not. It was mixed. Some people were saying give it a try, some people were saying no way, but I've decided to give it a try because I have enough cuttings that I can try both methods, and I'll see which one will be successful. So this one will go into this pot, and then I have soft stem cuttings. I have three really nice ones with straight stems, and one that is a little bit crooked, but I'm hoping to train it to become straight later. Like, I will probably take off this top. Actually, I can take it off right now. Less stress for the plant. And for those, I think I will put all together so they will look nice together. Okay, let's get started. I'm actually gonna try some white tea with the geranium leaves. I don't like my teas too strong, so just let it steep a little bit. And I'll leave the leaves for a bit, and I'll let you know how it tastes. So here are all three of my plantings today. I have my composition, and I have just a simple geranium planting that I'm really excited for. And the geranium tree, I put some rocks and little birdie there. I think that's really cute. I wish you guys could be here to smell it and see how amazing this plant is, because the smell is what draws me most to it. It's just amazing. Now that I've been repotting, the whole room smells like geranium, and it's great. It's a great plant to have in the house. Let me know if you have it, if you ever grown it. I actually have not grown it before. Not that I remember. I know in Poland, like when I was a student in schools, they would be grown in hallways, and I would walk by and touch them, and I love the scent. My mom never had one, or my grandma, but a lot of Polish people have them. It's a very traditional plant to have at home in Poland. So when I saw my mother-in-law has this massive plant, I asked her for a cutting on Thanksgiving weekend. We just had Thanksgiving this weekend, and she said, take as many as you like, take it, share with friends. So I did some research, and I found out that the best way to propagate these is actually to put them in soil directly, rather than try to root them in water. So they were in the water for a few days until I had time to do the repotting or potting them today. And I put them directly in the soil, and I'm quite confident that they will take, the soft ones. The wooden, like the more wooden stem, I'm not sure. It's an experiment, whether it will like it or not. I took off a lot of tops from the plant, because each one has like already individual stems growing that you could propagate as well. But I figured I'll take them down to lessen the stress of the plant that does not have any roots, to actually be able to develop roots. And the potting mix I used for this is actually herb and vegetables, because that's all I had when it comes to a regular potting mix. When it comes to my succulent planting, I've used cacti and succulent potting mix for this. So it's a more fast draining medium that will allow to dry quicker, and it won't be sitting in moisture. Versus the mosquito plant likes moisture. It apparently needs to be moist. It does not like to be super wet. But it does not like to be dry. So that's what I've learned so far, and I'll see how the experiment with them will go. I'm really curious and excited to see how they will be in addition to my home in my houseplants. This year I want to grow a little bit more houseplants. I've been very much focused on bonsai in the last few years, and my houseplants are limited to pothos or photos, I never know how to say it, Sansevierias, aloe, and that's pretty much it. And then my jades are succulents. Do I have anything else? Oh yeah, I have my Hoya and my Christmas cactus as well. But this is a little different than those plants because it needs a little bit more moisture. So it will be a challenge, but I want to keep one on my kitchen window and one in my bedroom, because I want to be able to benefit from the smell and the incredible detoxifying effects that it apparently has. So let's try the tea now and see. Oh my gosh, the tea smells incredible. Yeah, I mean, I can taste it a little bit. It's not super strong. I haven't really like, oh no, it has the aftertaste. Now that like I finished drinking, it lingers in my mouth. It creates like a chamber, scented chamber effect. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. I feel like it would be really good, like if you want to have a fresh breath or like feel like you are being refreshed, to have that tea, because now I'm feeling great. And it's actually interesting because like one of my favorite essential oils that I use is geranium. I don't know if it's derived from this plant, but I love that smell. I think it is because it's very similar to this. And so I've been drawn to that smell for a long time. And finally, thanks to my mother-in-law, I got beautiful cuttings and I'm super happy. And I hope you enjoyed this video and feel inspired to maybe bring more plants into your life. I find that activities like this are incredibly beneficial for my mental health, for my well-being. They give me something to focus on and something really, really fulfilling, fun, and creative, especially with this planting. I feel like I want to do more plantings, and just, you know, like it just puts you in a different state when you start doing something with your hands and interacting with live plants, caring for them, listening to their needs. I just love doing that. And yeah, let me know in the comments, please, if you know any of the plants that we have worked with today. What's your experience with them? Which ones do you like? Perhaps you had some failures. If you want to share some tips, failures are usually really great to know about because it can help other people to know what not to do. So I would appreciate all the feedback. Thank you so much. Have a great day.